and it just there was a load on the site, and yeah, a lot of people were coming in late. So yeah, we start off finally. Welcome everyone to Nyay. And as you all know, the Nyay that we've been talking about, a lot of you might have been, gone to some courses, some other people giving stock tips, and you might have been scammed. You might have as well been, not gotten the value in terms of, the money you pay to them. You don't gain the value, and a lot of times you might have made a lot of losses as traders as well. And we want you to help. We want to help you, right? We as traders have been through that journey, and we want to help you all not face those issues which we face, which we faced in our earlier years. So at Nyay, that's the whole issue. All of y'all must have, definitely seen the schedule that we share as to what we are going to cover in this. And yeah, so for now, coming to the recordings. So yes, I am recording the seminar. Every seminar will be recorded, and the recordings will be available to people who want the recordings. But there is a certain condition for that, which you will have to, which you'll have to fulfill, and only then we'll be sharing it for you. And you will have a lifetime access to the video. We'll be sharing the video with individually everyone. All right, and the condition is that since we want to help you trade, right, we want you to have a better trading experience as well. So we want you to open a trading demat account, right? And we want you to open it with Upstocks. I'm not sure if you know about it. I'll tell you about it in detail later. We'll be sharing the links with you. And the best thing about Upstocks, I'll tell you what it is. It's free of cost. The registration is completely free of cost. So whoever is new over here, it's going to be completely easy. The account opening takes just 1 day, and it's all online. You just need to, scan some documents and put it across. And yeah, that's all you need to do. So, and the thing is that trading, the website and the application that they have, it's really smooth, and it's going to make it easier for you over there. So that's about the recordings. Now coming again to what we are going to discuss today. So today, as I had mentioned earlier, we're going to be discussing the basics, the fundamentals that you need to know in order to, in order to call yourself a trader. And what are these basics? Right. So why don't you tell me in the chat, what do you think are the basics? Just type it in the chat. Okay, some people, what are the basics that you know? I'm seeing a lot of, the chat is flying away. How to place an order, candlesticks, trends, stop loss, demand, supply, buying and selling, support, resistance, technical analysis, SEBI, NSE, BSE, stock market, indicators, psychology, patterns. I am seeing a lot of things. Everyone is saying something or the other. Okay. That's brilliant. So a lot of people have some idea, as to trading versus investment. That's really nice. Control your greed, someone has said. That's difficult at times. Trend lines, buying as the trend goes up, P ratio, stock market is transfer of money from impatient to patient. That's really smart. So yeah. So these are the basics that people think. Now we have a presentation made, which I'll be taking you through, which is gonna make it better for you to understand these things. So I'm going to be sharing my screen with y'all, and you won't be able to see me, but yeah, just keep your focus on the PPT. You'll be able to hear my voice, and from time to time I'll shift back to the Zoom app so that I can see whatever it is you're typing in the chat. Okay, yeah, I am going to introduce myself. Don't worry about that. Okay, so now I'm sharing my screen. Okay, everyone can see my screen, right? Right. So first of all, guys, I just want to tell you a hearty welcome to everyone. We're really happy that we are able to help such a big crowd. And yes, as you know, there's live sessions free for all, and recordings, as I said, is certain to conditions which I already shared with one. So let's begin with the presentation today. So a lot of people were telling me introduce myself. So I'm gonna introduce myself, and along with myself, I'm also gonna introduce my team, my partners. I'll first talk about Pranav. So Pranav is the one who came up with the idea of AlphaPulse. He trades in stocks, commodities, forex as well, and he's a law dropout. He dropped out from law a couple of years back, and then he did a course in digital marketing as well. But he's been trading since about 3 years now. He came across trading 3 years back, and since then he's been full time into trading. And yes, he did a course in digital marketing. So our digital marketing is handled by him. And as a person, his interests are in the field of human behavior. There is stoicism, so philosophy, and there's politics, and he's a very fitness freak. Talking about Nikhil, Nikhil is the senior most trader amongst the three of us. He has been trading for about 7 years now, and so he is an engineering dropout. He was doing his diploma after 12, and then he dropped out of it. And since 7 years, he has been doing trading only. That's the only thing he's been doing, and he's interested. So he trades in stocks, commodities, and forex, and he's a very spiritual and philosophical person if you get to know him. So yeah, and being from a science background, he's really interested towards physics. So that's a very key. That's very key. He's very keen about it. And finally, myself, I am Umang. I am from the finance background. I'm pursuing CA. I'll be giving my CA final exam in the month of November. And yeah, I've been trading since around 2.5, 3 years as well. Right now, I'm full time into it. I'm not doing anything else. So I started off with stocks. I do more of stock trading, but yeah, I've started commodities as well now. And yeah, my interest, if you see, I'm very much inclined to performing arts, be it theater, dancing. I love public speaking as well. And coming from the background I come from, CA consulting is something that's very close to my heart as well. So that's enough about us. Now let's start off for today. So what are some, common perceptions around stock market that people have? Just think out in your head. When you think of stock markets, you think about trading. What comes to your mind? And I'm going to clear those perceptions for you, okay? So there are some common myths around stock markets, right? A lot of people think that stock market में पैसा डालना is gambling. कि अगर मैं पैसा डालूंगा stock market में तो it is about luck. कि अगर ऊपर गया तो गया वरना नहीं. But it is not about luck. It is about analysis. Second thing is, a lot of people think that people from the finance background only will be able to understand. कि जिसको कोई CA है, कोई finance background वाला है, BCom, उसको ही समझेगा. But that is not the case. And it's not like you need lakhs of rupees to start off. You can start off with an amount of as small as 500 rupees. And age is definitely not a number here, because as you can see, Nikhil, he started off very, very early in his teen years. So there is no age to it, right? And when you think of someone like, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, and you must have seen pictures where they're sitting in front of multiple screens. But you don't need that. You don't need that kind of setup. You can start off on your mobile phone as well. And the next thing is the lifestyle of traders. What people think is that after the movie The Wolf of Wall Street came along, a lot of people thought that, that's how a trader's life is. But that's not how it is. That was a broker. And yeah, even that is different. But coming to a trader's life, it's very disciplined, because every night you have to make analysis for the next trading day. And every next morning you have to come and sit from 9 to 3 on your screen, in front of your screen, keeping a look on the charts. So it's something that requires a lot of patience, a lot of dedication as well. Now, understanding stock markets. What exactly are stock markets? Why do we have stock markets, and how do they function? Like we've all heard, but what exactly it is? So the stock market's history, it goes back to 1460. So long back. The first, trading market was introduced in Belgium. And what exactly is a market, or a stock market. It is an stock exchange where you will find buyers and sellers. In any market, there are two parties, right? One is a buyer, one is a seller. Now, what exactly is a stock? Now, when there are companies, right? Companies have something known as a share. A share is basically a part ownership of the company. Now, be it call it a share, call it equity, it's one and the same thing. Okay. Now, what companies do is that whenever they are going to list themselves on a stock exchange, they have an initial public offering, right? That is called an IPO. That is where they invite money from the common public, and in return for that, they give them part ownership of the company. So if you hold any particular share of a company, you are a part owner of that company, right? Now, what are the common, stock exchanges that we are aware of? So there are actually a lot of stock markets in India, but there are only very few recognized stock exchanges. So the recognized ones are BSE, that is Bombay Stock Exchange. There is NSE, that is National Stock Exchange, and there is MCX, which is for commodities. And why should one invest in markets? Because I might as well just invest my money into FD and get a safe return. Whereas in trading, I'm not sure how much return I'm gonna make. But that's not the case. When you have the right tools and the resources, you can make higher returns in the markets than in any FD or any bank account. So, and the one more thing I need to tell you is what happens is you don't directly go to the company to buy the stock, right? There is a broker in between. So examples of broker are Sher Khan, Zerodha, Upstocks. There are a lot of brokers, right? So Sher Khan Angel Broking are called premium brokers, and Zerodha, Upstocks, these ones that work online, they are known as discount brokers. So discount brokers generally charge a less brokerage, a less fee, and they have a better user interface as well. So recently, they've been doing much better. So what a broker does is, a broker helps you buy a stock of a company on the stock exchange. So because they are the only ones who are, regulated or allowed by this by the stock exchange, by SEBI, in order to be a middleman in between the company and a shareholder or a potential shareholder. So that is the role of a broker. Now there are a lot of famous traders who've said a lot of important things. So I'm just gonna take you through a couple of quotes by a couple of people. So there is Larry Hite, who has said that I have two basic rules about winning in trading as well as in life. The first thing is that if you don't bet, you can't win. So he's trying to focus on the fact that, of course, there is some risk involved, but if you don't take risks in life or in trading, you're never going to get returns. You're never going to win that way. And the second most important thing is that if you lose all your chips, you can't bet. It means that, let's say you have 100 rupees, don't invest the whole thing in one particular stock. Don't invest the whole of it in stock markets. Have a diversified portfolio. Invest 50% here, 50% somewhere else, so that if one thing goes down the hill, you don't lose everything. Warren Buffett. Everyone has heard of Warren Buffett. He's so successful as a trader. So some words of advice from him. He says that the market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. I remember someone in the chat, when I asked them, someone sent this exact same thing. I don't know if you were quoting Warren, but yeah, it's what happens is so it's very important to control your emotions and be very disciplined in that way. And Paul Tudor Jones, he says that intellectual capital will always trump financial capital. So this is focusing on the fact that if someone has 10 lakhs, they might end up losing that money, but someone who if they don't have the proper knowledge. But if there is someone with 1,000, they might end up earning more and more and more over the time, because they know how to actually apply the resources and how to exactly make use of the resources they have. Now coming to markets, what are the different markets that are there, that are available? where people can go and buy stocks or so the first one is a stock market, where, as I said, you buy and sell, you trade stocks, equities, that is basically the part ownership of the company. Then there is a forex market as well. Forex is basically, as you must have seen, rupee, dollar, dollar, dollar and pound. So that is the forex, that is foreign exchange currencies ka market. Then there is commodities market, which I said MCX. MCX is the market where commodities are listed and traded. So there you trade contracts for commodities like sugar cane, cotton, correct? Then lately, cryptocurrency. A lot of places there are crypto companies, cryptocurrencies are also traded on the stock market. And the basic rules and techniques of analysis that we're going to learn, they work in all markets, because every market is, there is demand and supply in every market, and demand and supply works on the same principles everywhere, right? So that is why whatever we're going to teach is going to work for you in every single market. So moving ahead, now what exactly is trading and investing? We've heard both terms, but a lot of people mix them up together and think they're the same, whereas they're not. When it comes to trading, trading is something that's going to get you a continuous income. Like every month, you will be gaining something out of it, or you would want to gain something out of it on a daily basis, on a monthly basis at least. And trading is short term. In trading, you trade on a daily basis or maximum for a week's period, where you take positional trades. And in intraday trading, like in day trading, there is something known as a leverage. Now, what is this leverage? So let's say you have a demat account with a broker, and you have 1,000 rupees in your demat account on the broker's listing, and you want to buy a stock which is 5,000. So discount brokers like Zerodha, Upstocks, they provide you margin, which is also known as leverage, which allows you to trade, into 5 times, into 10 times the amount of funds you have in your demat account. So, but the only thing is that it is available only for day trading, and on Upstocks, it's available for positional trading as well. And how this helps you is that people who have a low capital, even they can start, trading in bigger quantities in a way that it will help them to gain better trades, right? But the only thing in this is that the position. So let's say in the morning at 10 o'clock, you have 1,000 and you want to buy a stock of 5,000. So you bought one stock of 5,000, correct? But before the end of the day, before the end of the trading day, that is before 3:30, you have to exit that trade. If you don't, it will automatically get exited, because the margin facility is allowed only for a day, correct? So that's how it works. And trading, it is done on the basis of charts. We look at the candlestick charts and we make an analysis on that. Now, what is investing as compared to trading? Investing is something which is done for an investment. It is very long term. Like when you put your money in FD, it's going to be locked up for a while. That is investing, because you don't want to gain returns out of it, very quickly. It's a long term thing. In when you invest in stocks, like let's say you've bought 10 shares of Reliance and you're keeping it for like a year or 2 years or 10 years, there is no leverage available for that. And investing is generally done on the basis of financials, that is, the profit and loss, the balance sheets, the results, the news, their plans. Investing is done on those bases. So trading, all of that I told you, for trading, whatever we use the analysis, it is known as technical analysis. And for investing, where we go and check the financials and all of that, that is known as fundamental analysis. And we are going to be covering technical analysis. Okay. So moving on. Now, what are the market participants, right? Who all are the people that are there in the market? So as you already know, there is an exchange, there is a broker, but who are the other parties? Who are the buyers, right? So now in terms of buyers, there are three types of participants. The first one is a retailer, right? So what is a retail buyer? Retail buyers are people like you and me, individuals who trade for himself or herself, and even if they buy huge quantities, they will never be able to move the market completely, and that is because their fund is going to be small. You know, people, if I on a individual basis, how much capital will I have? I might have, let's say, lakhs of rupees, maybe even let's assume I have multiple lakhs. Even then, I won't be able to buy 30-40% of the total stocks, right? So I won't be able to cause a move in that particular market, or for that particular stock. Then there are the other two parties, DII, that is domestic institutional investor, and the next one is FII, that is foreign institutional investor. Now DIIs are, companies like mutual funds, asset management companies like LIC. They have money coming in from people all over the nation. They deal in crores and millions and billions of rupees. Now they are the ones who trade for their clients. They don't trade for themselves. Like if we put money in a mutual fund, they are going to be trading for us. We just have to invest the money and we get returns. And since they have such huge capital in billions and millions, they can cause a big move in the market. So let's say they have like 30% ownership of a particular company. Let's say they own 30% of TVS Motors. So if they sell that stock, just imagine the dip that would cause, right? And similarly, FII, they are foreign players like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. They are again asset management companies, but it's just they are based in a country that is not India. That is why they are foreign institutional investors. So we'll move ahead. Now, when it comes to this term, bear or bull, everyone has heard this term, bear or bull. When it comes to trading, everyone has heard this. I'm going to come to the chart because I want to know, what do you think a bear and a bull is? Yeah. Now, people, tell me, what do you think is a bull? What do you think is a bear? What do these terms refer to? Everyone, quickly in the chat, Bull is upward, bull is upward, bull is uptrend. Okay, a lot of people are saying bull is rise, bull is bear is always stocks, bulls always buy, bulls mean to attack, bull means buy, bear means sell, bull is better, bear fail. Both are money making machines. Represents buyers. Okay. Quite a few people seem to have at least some idea as to what it is. Quite a few people. Okay. Someone has said animals. That's why. Why do you do that to me? Demand and supply open. Okay. A lot of people have said a lot of things. Some of them right, some of them not completely right. Aditya Bhalerao, can you please switch off your video? Thank you. Crypto in India, no, not yet. Crypto in India, not yet. I'm just talking on an international basis. What sort of markets do we have? Yeah, so okay, now I'm going to take you to the slide again and I'm going to talk about what are bears and bulls. So as you can see, a bear, how does a bear attack? A bear has his hands above in the air and it attacks in a downward position. So when someone is saying that a stock is bearish, it means the price is going to come down, correct? And you can see a bull, a bull with his horns, it always attacks in an upward direction, right? So whenever you say that a stock is bullish, it means that you are expecting the stock's price is gonna increase, it's gonna go up. Okay, so just remember, bear means down, bull means up, right? Okay, so now I'm going to talk about something that's known as an auction market theory. So everyone is aware with the concept of auction, right? Now, do you think there is some similarity between auctions and stock markets, right? Because I'm sorry, because whoever is the auctioneer, just imagine him to be as the broker, right? And there is a seller, which will, there is a seller and there is a buyer, correct? Now, what is the motive of anyone in an auction or in any market? The buyer and the seller both want to get the best price and the best value for their money, correct? So now I'll take an example of IPL auctions. Okay. Now let's say there is some very young player XYZ who is very new, who is not played much. He's just played 5 matches in domestic cricket. But if the base asking price for that player is 2 crore, is anyone want to go to buy him? No, right? So there will be no buyers. So what this means is that if any stock or if anything is, unfairly high priced, there are not going to be any buyers for that. And similarly, if let's say a team, Mumbai Indians, CSK, SRH, everyone is saying that we want Virat Kohli for 50 lakhs. RCB is not going to want to sell them, right? Because Virat Kohli is definitely a lot more than 50 lakhs. So if there is an unfair low price, no person is going to want to sell that particular stock, or in this case, the player, right? Now what happens is when the seller is saying, let's say Mumbai Indians is saying that we are willing to offer Hardik Pandya at 40 lakhs. What will happen? Every team will start bidding for him. Since he's available at a lower price, I want to buy him. Everyone will want to buy him. So when the seller is giving an unfair low price, all the buyers will come in and there will be a very aggressive bidding. Correct. And similarly, there is the next scenario. When a buyer, right? A buyer, let's say Rajasthan Royals is the buyer, and they are saying that for some player, they are like, we want any XYZ player and we will pay 2 crores for that player. So every team will start selling their youngest players who are not worth that much, because they said ki we are going to pay 2 crores for any person. So if anyone is offering an unfair high price, every seller will want to buy that, right? So there will become aggressive offers over there as well. Now, it is the activity of these aggressive buyers and the aggressive sellers that causes the wave-like up and down movement in the markets, right? So now we're gonna move ahead. So that was the auction markets theory, and that's what makes the stock markets a little bit similar to auction markets. Now, what are the basics of trading? What are we gonna learn? So the most basic thing that you need to know is what exactly is a stock chart. How does it look like? So this that's in front of you is a stock chart, but I'm going to take you to a live stock chart. But before that, you need to know that there is going to be an x-axis and a y-axis, right? It's basically a graph, right? So the x-axis is the time and the y-axis shows you the price. Okay, so I'm going to take you to a chart to make you understand this better. Yeah. Just a second. I'm just sharing my. I just stopped my screen sharing because I need to log in. Okay, just give me a second. Almost done. Almost done. Yeah. Yeah, but okay. So before I go ahead, there are some charts. I'll just read that. Mm, okay. Will we teach future and options? No, in this series, we won't be covering futures and options as such. Can we have two trading accounts? Yes, you can definitely have two trading accounts. That's completely okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna start my screen sharing again and take you to a stock chart. Okay, so I'm just gonna take some random stock. Which one should I take? Which one should I take? Let's take Reliance. Okay, so this is what a stock chart looks like. As you can see on the right hand side, over here, that is the price. That is the y-axis. That is the price. And down over here on the x-axis, as you can see, that is the time. You can see when I'm, on a particular thing, it's showing 7 July 2013 15. It shows you the date and the time. Now, what is this chart known as? What is it that you're seeing? Why is it not a line? What is this thing called? So what you see in front of yourself is known as a candlestick chart. Okay. So these are candlesticks. So I'm going to explain what candlesticks are. Don't worry about that. I'm going to go to next. But before that, I just wanted to show you this. Okay. So now we move ahead. What exactly are candlesticks? Let me go to the slideshow view. Yes. So I'm sorry. Yeah. Candlestick. So this thing that you see in front of yourself is a candlestick. The red one, the green one, both are candlesticks. The green one is known as a bullish candlestick. The red one is known as a bearish candlestick. Okay. So now what happens in a candlestick is that there are two parts to candlestick. The green color that you see, that is known as the body of the candlestick, and the black line that you see above and below it is known as a wick, right? As you can see, the line is known as a wick and the box is known as the body. So every candlestick will have a box and a wick, right? So why is the green one known as a bullish candle? Why is the red one known as a bearish candle? And apart from the color, what is the difference? So as you can see, the wick, a wick represents the price for a particular time frame. So you can see charts on different time frames. You can see charts for 5 minutes, for 15 minutes, for 1 hour, for 1 day, for 1 week. Okay. Now, whatever time frame you are seeing on your chart, let's say I'm seeing the chart for a 5-minute time frame. Then one candle will be showing me the movement of price during that 5-minute movement. Okay. So let's say I am on a 1 hour chart and this one candle will be showing me the price movement for 1 hour. Now let's say this is a candle for which started at 12 o'clock. So it means that at 12 o'clock, it started at this price, that is the opening price. And the price went up till this point. It came down till this point during this period. And it finally at 1 o'clock, it closed here. Okay, so there is four things. There is an open price, there is a close price, there is a high price, and there is a low price. That's the four fundamental things about the candlestick. So why this thing is called a bullish candle is because at the opening of, at the beginning of the time frame, it opened at a lower price, and at the end of it, it closed at a higher price. It means it went up, and that is why it is known as a bullish candle. Now exactly the opposite for bearish candle. It opens at a higher price, it goes down to this point, it goes higher to this point as well, but it closes at this point, which is below the opening point. and that is why it is known as the bearish candle. Now, as you saw in that chart, there were some candles which were big, there were some candles which were small. So whenever you see a small candlestick, what does it mean? It means the price moved only this much, you know. So if the price moved only this much, it means there is not much activity over there. And whenever you see a big candle, it means the price went from here till here, or it came down from here till here, right? So whenever you see a big candle, it means there is heavy pressure. When you see a bullish candle, correct, it means there is a huge I'm sorry, just a second, let me have some water. Yes, so whenever you see a big bullish candle, it means there is huge buying pressure. Now how does demand work? I'm going to take you to 11th 12th economics. Demand and price. What is the function of demand and price? Whenever there is a product X, okay, and if the demand is, the more the demand is, the price is going to increase, right? Because if there is a constant demand in the market, the price will keep rising. Same logic over here. When there is a lot of buying pressure, the price will go up. Now, by the same logic, when there are a lot of sellers but not as many buyers, the price is going to go down because they want to sell, and buyers won't buy at this price, they'll only buy at this price. That is why the price has to come down, right? So that is the logic on which the stock market works. Now, time frames, as I told you, a chart can have multiple time frames. I'm going to take it some live charts and show you. अरे फिर से लॉग आउट हो गया. Just a second, guys. Yeah. Any doubts so far? Yeah, I'm gonna take you to live charts and explain candlesticks. But other than that, any doubts so far? I'm just gonna log in over there 1 second, okay? You can type in your doubts until then. I'll have a look at them. Okay, there are some doubts coming in. One second. Okay, logic of candlesticks. I'll explain the whole concept of candlesticks once again on on the live chart. Yeah, today's session is all about basics. Tomorrow I'll be covering trend lines. No doubts, yes. And yeah, I'm gonna show how to interpret them as well. Bearish candlestick, I'll explain again. I'll explain the last slide once again, no worries. Technical analysis, yeah, so the candlesticks forms the most basis of technical analysis. And tomorrow we'll be starting with trend lines, which is a type of technical analysis. Thank you so much, Rishikesh. Aryan has a doubt in time frames. Okay, I think I'm going to explain. It's going to become clearer after that. Take a bit faster. Okay. Price action. Yeah. So trend line is a price action thing as well. We'll be covering that. Someone asking, I have a query whether you're going to teach put. I didn't get that question, Jayesh. Okay, I'll cover in Hindi. Some people are asking me to cover in Hindi. I'll do it in Hindi as well. If you already have an Upstocks account, just open a new Upstocks account. It's going to be free of cost. There are some benefits for you in that as well. I'll tell you why am I saying you need to open a new account. There's some benefits if you open a new account. Yeah, how to buy a share, I'm gonna go to that. That's gonna be the last thing for today. Yeah, Jake, understood it is not legal, but yeah, forex we don't do that thing. It's just, yeah, USD, USD INR and all of that. And the other thing, it's not illegal as such. It's just a very gray area. Doing awesome, great. Determining who determines stock price. Perfect time frame for intraday. Okay. No Hindi, we are from South. I'll cover both Hindi English. No worries. Okay, session is not over. Okay, we're gonna continue now. Doubts at the end of it again. Now I'm gonna continue again. Okay, so here we are again. Now let's take some random other stock. Mm-hmm. What stock should I take? Let's take Airtel. Okay, there is Airtel. Now these are the time frames. You can see the chart for 1 second, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 day, 1 week. You can see monthly charts as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you something on a 15-minute chart first. Now, since the time frame that I have selected is 15, मतलब जो मैंने time frame select किया है वो है 15 मिनट. Now, as I said, every candle represents the movement of stock price in that particular time frame. So as you can see, the candlestick which my cursor is on right now, as you can see on the x-axis, the time is 9:15, right? It means this shows the movement from 9 to 9:15. So 9, since this is a bullish candle, at 9 when it opened, the price was here, which is 565.3. And between 9 to 9:15, it came to a high point of 568.85. I'll show you better. Yeah, as you can see, there is a small wick over here. So it came to a high point of 568.85 and it closed at 568.50. Right. That's a bullish candle. Now I'll explain once again in Hindi. तो जैसे मैंने बताया था कि एक कैंडल जो है आपका जो भी टाइम फ्रेम है उस दौरान जो भी प्राइस का मूवमेंट हुआ था वो दिखाता है. तो अब जैसे आप देखिए कि ये कैंडल जिसपे मेरा कर्सर है, ये ग्रीन कैंडल, ये बुलिश कैंडल है, करेक्ट. अब ये दिखा रहा है 9:15 का टाइम, मतलब ये 9 बजे शुरू हुआ था और 9:15 को ये कैंडल खत्म हुआ था. ठीक है. सो जब 9 बजे शुरू हुआ कैंडल तो प्राइस था 565.4. ठीक है. और 9 से लेके 9:15 के बीच में प्राइस 568.85 तक गया, बट फिर 9:15 दैट इज 9:15 को प्राइस पहुंचा 568.55 पे और वहां पे क्लोज हुआ. ठीक है. सो इसीलिए ये हुई बुलिश कैंडल. नाउ कमिंग टू अ बेरिश कैंडल, as you can see the next candle, the red one, is a bearish candle, right? So what happens here is this is from 9:15 to 9:30. So at 9:15 the price was here 568.50, correct? And throughout the period of 9:15 to 9:30 it went to high price of 569.15. It came to a down price of 560.90, but at 9:30 the price was at 562.4. So it opened here at 568, it closed here at 562, and thus it is known as a bearish candle, correct? Now this was candlesticks. bearish candle में एक बार हिंदी में भी समझा देता हूँ कि ये कैंडल जो है ये शुरू हुआ था 9:15 को और 9:30 को खत्म हुआ. तो उस 15 मिनट में जो भी प्राइस चेंजेस हुआ है वो इसमें दिखेगा. जब 9:15 को शुरू हुआ था तब प्राइस था 568 और वो 15 मिनट की गैप में प्राइस यहाँ तक ऊपर आया 569, यहाँ तक नीचे भी पहुंचा 560, बट 9:30 को प्राइस यहाँ पे था 562.35, तो यहाँ पे क्लोज हुआ। और जैसे आप देख सकते हो ओपन हुआ था यहाँ पे 568 पे, और क्लोज जो हुआ है वो हुआ है 562 पे, मतलब वो उससे कम है, इसीलिए ये बेरिश कैंडल है। ठीक है, सो दैट वाज अबाउट candlesticks, and I think the candlesticks part is clear. Siddharth Patel, please switch off your video. Yes, so we have only one more thing. Yeah, we have only support and resistance. Yeah, support and resistance I'll be covering tomorrow. Support and resistance is not for today. Will there be any problem if I have multiple Upstocks accounts? No, there will be no problem. You just need to have a different email ID. That's all. Balaram, what do you want Pranav to talk about? You want in Malayalam? I am sorry, brother. We don't speak Malayalam. Yeah, Chaitanya, for this thing, we will be needing a new account. Different types of candlesticks pattern we are not covering today. So the only thing that's remaining for today is the fact that I'll be showing you how to exactly buy or sell a stock in the stock market. Someone is saying, Aditya Gupta is saying, I have heard a saying कि अगर market अपनी पे आ गई तो fail कर देती है. So this is a common myth in the market कि analysis काम नहीं करता, but when you know technical analysis, when you are doing price action, it's not going to fail. So there is never 100% accuracy with something, but with this you will have an accuracy of 85 to 90%. So yeah, you are bound to make some losses as a trader, but you will learn how to, how to minimize your losses. Yes, Sagar, I know. Yeah, I know about the results. Aryan has a doubt. Aryan, please tell me. Yeah, for the recording thing, you will need to open an Upstocks account. Ishita is saying, hi, firstly, thank you for so much. It's a pleasure. Could you tell me what is the importance of different time frames? I'll cover that tomorrow. So for now, if I do that, it might get a bit confusing. I'll be covering that tomorrow. Role of volume in chart, I'll tell you. Aryan, what's your doubt? Aryan, can you send me your doubt again? I think I'm not able to find it. Ahmed is saying my cousin lost 25K in OctaFX. What does the bar graph below signify? That's a volume. I'll cover that in tomorrow. It's not important for right now. Some candles have a big wick but small box. What does that show? So let's say there's a bullish candle, okay? Now let's say open was 100, close was 150. The lower wick came down to 30 and the upper wick was let's say 153. It means there is a big wick, right? So whenever there is a big wick, it means at that price the stock is being rejected. Basically, whenever you see a longer wick, it means at that point the stock is being rejected. Brokerage and annual maintenance charge in Upstocks. So in Upstocks, for the first 30 days, if you register through the link we're sending you, for the first 30 days you'll be charged no brokerage, and post that it is maximum 20 rupees per order. Stop loss, yeah, I'm going to stop loss and those concepts. Yeah, Neil, just yeah, I'm done with the concept. That's why I'm taking the doubt session. And there's just one more thing I need to show you. That is how to place orders. There won't be any concepts over there. That's why I am, what do you call it, covering these doubts right now. Rest, Rizwan, you will have to. Yeah. Aniket will cover the whole thing in English. Zerodha is also, yeah, Zerodha is also nice. Rushikesh, acha, okay, Rushikesh, you can message me later. We'll talk about it. How can you know about the timing? You said so on the x-axis I showed you before, right? There was x-axis shows timing. So whenever you place your cursor on the particular candle, it shows you the time over there. For day trading, the time frame that you should stick to is so make your analysis on a 15-minute time frame, and when you are what do you call it? When you are on the live market trading, keep watching a 3-minute or a 5-minute candles. Uh, there are a lot of doubts. I don't think I'll be able to cover all of that. I'm just gonna do one thing. Uh, can we teach strategies? We'll get strategies. We'll talk about tomorrow. Yeah, Pratik, I am Gujarati, and is there a paid? Yeah, we have a paid course. We'll tell you about it later. If we have 100 in DMAT, how much can we trade? It depends on the margin offered by the broker and by the margin. The leverage is different for every stock. Yeah. Okay. So now the last thing that I'm gonna tell you today is about. Pranav, I saw your message. Yes, Abhishek. For the first 30 days, no, yeah, no brokerage. Okay, so now I'm gonna teach. This is gonna be for the beginners who don't know how to buy or sell the stock. I'll come to the doubts once again. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna explain how to sell or buy a stock. Okay, I'm sharing my screen once again. Okay, so here we are again. Just a second, guys. Yeah, what are the doubts coming on right now? Yeah, I'm gonna continue. So yes, Aniket, Upstocks is reliable. I use it myself. Yeah, that's why I came back. That's why I came back. I just need to log in over there. Okay, so the login is done. I'm gonna take you back. Yeah, no doubts right now. I'll come back to the doubts later. No doubts right now. Okay. So again, this is the Upstocks brokers website where you can trade stocks. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how exactly the stock orders are placed, how you can buy and sell. So in intraday, there is so when you're doing an intraday trading session, there is you can buy and you can. So there is one concept that you need to know, which is short selling. Short selling means that you would sell the stock right now, okay, and that is because you are expecting the price will go down. So okay, I'll take a very basic example. Okay, Now let's say you are at this, you are at this, yeah, you are at one point where you are, the price is at 100 and you are expecting that the price is going to come down at 30. Okay, let's, a very big assumption, the price is going to come down to 30. Now what you do is, and let's say you have no stocks, you don't have any of your any of that stocks with you, so you can do a short sell. What is short selling? It means that you can sell a stock right now even if you don't have any stock of that, but you need to buy that stock before the end of trading day. So it means that I am selling something even before I have bought it, and this is allowed only if you are doing an intraday trade. Okay, intraday is that you buy or sell and exit the trade in that particular day itself. Okay, so that is known as short selling. Now, let's say if I want to buy Bajaj Finance, I'm gonna place a buy. Okay, so now you can see here buy or sell. The first thing I need to do is I will put my quantity. Quantity is basically how many shares do I want to buy or sell over here. Okay, now intraday or delivery. Intraday is basically, as I said, that if you put intraday, only then will you be able to enter into a short selling position, that is, sell a share even if you don't have it. And delivery, it means in delivery you can only buy shares and sell only if you have the shares with you. So in delivery, whenever you buy things, margin, the leverage that we spoke about earlier is generally not available, but Upstocks in delivery also offers you some margin, 50% margin. Okay, so that is, so there are two trades. So always make sure whenever you're trading, put it intraday, or if you're buying for a longer period, put it delivery. Now there is something known as complexities. So there are four of them. First one is simple. Second one is CO. CO means a cover order. So cover order means you buy at a certain price, and then comes a stop loss. The concept of stop loss. What exactly is a stop loss? So let's say I am buying something at 50. I am buying Bajaj Finance at 50 rupees, and I expect the price is going to go to 100. Okay? But let's say for some reason the price doesn't go up, but it goes down. So I will end up making a loss in that position, right? Because I was expecting the price to go up, and that's why I bought the share. But if the price is going down, then when I sell the share, I'm going to make a loss. So a stop loss, when you put a stop loss over here, so let's say if I'm buying at 50 and if I put the stop loss as 40, it means that if the price comes to 40, the system will automatically exit that trade. So if I'm buying, the stop loss will be below my price. If I'm selling, if I'm doing a short selling, my stop loss will be above my price. So if the price hits the stop loss, the system will automatically exit that trade. Okay. The next thing is OCO. OCO is known as, it is known as a bracket order. So just like we have a stop loss, we can set a target as well. It means that, same example, 50, 100 and 30, let's say. So I put my stop loss at 30. I bought at 50, and I want the price to reach till 100. I'm expecting it's going to reach till 100. But let's say I'm going to be busy and I don't have the time to look at the market. So over here, I'll set my target as 100. So whenever it reaches 100, the system will automatically exit and sell the trade, and my profit of that 50 rupees will be booked. Okay, so that is a bracket order. And the last thing is aftermarket order. So this thing is like when once the markets are closed, that is after 3:30. If you want to, place an order, you do it through an aftermarket order. Now the next thing here is order type. So over here there is four things. Market. It means that it will buy or sell whatever it is that you're doing at the current market price. Right. So if the price is running at 50, and by the time you place the order, if it goes to 52, whenever the order is executed, whatever price is existent at that particular time, it will buy or sell at that price. That is known as market. Limit means you can specify at what price you want to buy or sell. So whenever it reaches at that price, only then will it buy or sell. The next thing is with stop loss and limit. So over here, you can specify the price at which you want to buy, and stop loss is that is when it will exit. The same concept for stop loss. And again, stop loss market. It means there will be a stop loss and there will be a market. It means that at that price, at the market price, it will buy or sell it. Okay. So that is basically how you buy or sell these things. And then one sec, yeah. Then I can see my orders over here. If at the bottom corner, things work. And yeah, okay. Some doubts I'm seeing now. So the concepts for today are done. So now I'm going to be taking some doubts. So just everyone don't put your doubts together, because otherwise I won't be able to see it. Upstock says this mobile number is already registered. Just put in your parent's mobile number and then you can change it to your own number, because sometimes it happens. What happened with me was I had started filling up Upstock's form once and then I left it in between. And then when I went to do it again, it showed me that it's already registered, but it wasn't. So I just registered using my mom's number, and once it got registered, that is within a day, that's when I went and changed my number again. Which is the best type of order for intraday? The best order would be a cover order, because that way you have a stop loss set, and a lot of times what happens is when you are seeing in the live markets, even when it comes to your stop loss, if you haven't set a cover order, you might feel like, I don't know, I think it'll go up. I'll wait for a while. So cover order helps you control your emotions that way. Can you share some reading materials? I think we have a couple of books. We'll suggest that in the WhatsApp group. Is short sell more risky than long? No, it's not. Please explain how much should be stop loss. So how much the stop loss should be is, it depends on you as to how much is your risk appetite. So that's very much up to the individual. What are the charges for intraday trading per order? So just a second. Just a second, yeah, guys. One second, guys, 1 second. Guys, if anyone is trying to already open an Upstox account, don't do that. We'll send you a link, and through that link, you will be getting those benefits which I've told you about. Yeah, so the brokerage is generally, like on discount broker, is generally 0.05 to 0.01% or rupees 20, whichever is higher. So it's very low per order. Where should the stop loss be placed? Any particular percentage? No, there's no particular percentage. It depends on your risk-taking appetite. How to exit CO at target? You have to manually exit that trade. Margin and OCO, yes, you get margin and OCO as well. How to exit CO at target and limit order? How to exit, sorry, CO at target and limit order? you have to manually exit. In cover orders, you have to manually exit it. You cannot choose margin. The margin or leverage is provided by the broker, and it differs from stock to stock. In an OCO order, the price goes down first and touches the stop loss, and then come back to the original price and goes to target. So at any point, if it reaches the stop loss, it will automatically exit it. It doesn't matter even after that if it goes up. At stop loss, it gets exited. Oh, can you explain OCO with stop loss limit? 1 second. Yeah. So in OCO, there will be a stop loss, there will be a target, right? And if I buy with a SL limit, it means that I'll have to have the stop loss same, right? So whenever, or if I have different stop loss, whichever stop loss gets hit first, at that point it will exit. And limit is the price where I have set ki ye price pe, when it comes to this price, only then you should buy or sell it. What is the difference between SL limit and SL market? SL limit means you set a stop loss and you set a price at which you want to buy or sell as well. That is SL limit. And SL market is you set a stop loss, and whatever the market price is running, at that price it will buy or sell the car stock. How does technical analysis get impacted with quarterly results? It doesn't. Technical analysis is purely analyzing on the basis of charts. You don't consider other things on that. So AMO is basically when the markets are closed, and if you want to place an order for, when the next trading day starts, you want it to get, executed automatically. AMO is for that. Best time to take entry and exit in terms of like the actual time, 9:15. There is no particular time as such. It depends on your analysis as to when you enter and exit or trade. Can we monitor the stock chart without having a demat account? Yes, you can, Aditya. Yes, you can. There are certain websites that you can go to. One is TradingView. You can go there, which I was showing you earlier. That was TradingView. You don't need to have a demat account for that. Upstocks, no brokerage for 30 days for intraday. Yes, that will be only if you register through the link that I will be sharing with you all. Stock is being rejected, and what does it mean in layman term? It means that okay, so if the stock is coming down and if it goes up again, it means no one is ready to sell or buy at that point. That is what rejection means. What about trailing stop loss? So trailing stop loss is something that cannot be set on the broker's this thing. It can only be one second, sorry. Yeah, where was I? Trailing stop loss is very it's something that you have to plot on your chart. It's not something you can enter into the system or on the broker's this thing. Yes, sessions will be taken about price actions as well. From tomorrow, trend lines is a part of price action. You cannot put a trailing stop loss on the broker app. That's something you have to track manually. Rohan says, very well taught. Thank you so much. Which time frame is more preferable for intraday? 5 minutes and maximum 15 minutes. What will be the brokerage charge after 30 days? It's 0.05 or 0.01% per trade, or 20 rupees, whichever is higher. What are charges? What is SLM? Suggest some books. Yeah, as I said, we will be sharing some books to read with you all. 1 second, guys. Just a second, guys. I'm seeing something. Yeah. What is the difference between red volume bar and green volume? Don't get into volume today. Volume I'll cover tomorrow. Thickness and thinness of candles. No, there is nothing like thickness and thinness. It's just about how much I expand it. Support and resistance will be covered tomorrow, not today. Vibhav, what is your doubt? I cannot see it. Can we carry forward our short positions for the next day? No, you cannot. That is the point of short positions, that you have to exit it at that day itself. Support and resistance, a lot of people are asking. Supports and resistance I'll be covering tomorrow. It's not for today. Aryan is asking, bro, in trading you paper trading, is day trading allowed in free accounts? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Pratik, मुझे WhatsApp पे मैसेज करना. We will talk about it. Yes, Aditya Bhale Rao, you can monitor the stocks without having a demat account. What is the difference between holdings and positions in demat account? Holdings is when you're holding a stock for a longer period, when you have invested in it. That is, you are holding it for, let's say, weeks, months, years, multiple days as well. And positions is for intraday trade, where it shows what are your positions for this particular day. So what will happen is your holdings will remain same today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow as well, unless and until you sell it off. And your positions, it keeps changing every day depending on what trades you are making on that particular day. Amay, I'm glad. You're welcome. You're most welcome. How to confirm the trend? We will be talking about trends tomorrow as well. Tomorrow we'll be talking about trends. Support, resistances, Sagar, we'll be covering it tomorrow. Akshit is saying, please tell about OCO with SL limit and trailing stop loss. I already covered that. If I buy an intraday, can I convert it to delivery before the market closes? Yes, you can do that. If you have bought something, you can convert it to delivery, but you have to make sure that you need to have the actual amount of money in your demat, because in intraday, you get margin. And for delivery, you don't get. So you need to make that calculation and make sure you have that much money. Yes, Rahil, thank you so much. That's the exact thing. What time frame we should analyze before market opening and during live market? A very good doubt. Before markets, analyze on 15 minutes, and during markets, stick to 3-minute or 5-minute chart. Best broker for commodity. Discount brokers do really well with commodities as well. Before market opens, you can't really, so when you do your price action analysis, you can have some idea as to what, are you going to see a positive movement or negative movement in the price of the stock? Yes, Monique, thank you for the suggestion. I'll consider that from tomorrow. Vishnu is asking, when you place an order, do you instantly buy the stock or do you only buy after some time? How does the price get affected here? So if I place a market order, it will immediately buy it. If I place a limit order, it will buy when that price, when the stock reaches at that price. And whenever I buy, it increases the demand of that thing, right? Whenever multiple people place buy orders, it means the demand is increasing for that. And that is what volume is. Volume is basically the quantity of people wanting to buy or sell in that particular stock at a particular time. Neil, there is no account opening fees with Upstocks, and it will take just a day or maximum 2 days for the account opening. Which is best intraday time frame? I covered that. Stock rejection also talk about that. And I think I'm seeing the same doubts over and over again. How much investment do we need to start? So you can start off with as low as 500 rupees as well, but an initial amount of anything between 3 to 5,000 is also good enough. You can start with that. Minimum amount you can trade is you can start off with 500 as well, but it's better to not trade in stocks that are worth 20 rupees or 30 rupees. So just start with an amount of around 3 to 5,000. Explain margins of Upstocks. So margin. So there is on Upstocks you'll find there is a margin calculator because margin differs from stock to stock. So for every stock you can calculate what amount of margin will you get. Do you guys cover swing trading in this course? Is there in depth? So over here we won't be getting into swing trading as such. We'll just be covering the concepts. And if you join our course, we cover everything over there. How to exit a short selling order. So in the beginning you sell, and if you want to exit that trade, you buy. That is how you exit a trade. Exiting a trade means doing the opposite of that same amount of that stock. Same quantity, not amount, same quantity. The word exit means, as I said, is if you have bought, exit means selling, and if you have sold, exit would mean buying. In a day trade, yes, you have to sell stocks that you have bought and buy stocks that you have sold. Can I share link of stocks you sent to my friends? Yes, you can definitely share it with your friends as well. Can our stop loss be an entry? If your stop loss is an entry, it means you are keeping your stop loss at the price at which you're buying. You can keep it at that as well, but it doesn't make as much sense. Can you delete your account whether in zeros or Upstocks? I'm not quite sure of that, but I think you can. Please explain support and Sagar. I've already said we're gonna do it tomorrow. Please stop spamming me with explain support and resistance. I think I'm only seeing Sagar over here, no one else. Harshad, I think you can do that. Yeah, so if you open via the link that I'll be sharing you, you will initially get an amount of 600 in your Demat account, 600 till 31st and 500 post that. And for the initial 30 days, you will be charged no brokerage for any sort of trading you do. Then along with that, over there, you will be getting a couple of courses for free as well, there is a course on e-learning that covers, the basic, it's about trading only. So the two courses also you will be getting. So those are the benefits if you register with the link, which I will be sharing on the group. What is best, Alice Blue or Upstocks? Upstocks is definitely better than Alice Blue, at least in my opinion. Okay, there are a lot of doubts. No, we won't be covering future and options in this. Trailing stop loss, you have to analyze manually. You can't put it in the system. How to buy stock in intraday even if you don't have, like if we buy a stock, will our money get deducted? Yes, in intraday, your money does get deducted because you are actually buying and selling it, right? Any app which I can trade with virtual money in real time market, you can visit TradingView. You can do that with virtual money over there. How much accuracy does technical analysis? So in technical analysis, there is a huge spectrum of strategies that you can use, but there are a lot of good price action strategies that give you 85-90% accuracy. After the session, can I start trading? Yes, I think you can. That's the whole purpose. About volumes, I'm not covering the doubts about volume today because I'll be taking the concept tomorrow. One second. My chat got closed. Let me open. What is RSI? RSI is an indicator. Let's not get into that, please. How to confirm the trend using price action combined with volume profile? Just learn price action and volume profile first. Let us get to volume profile and then we'll talk about all of that. Deepak, will you teach any good working setup? We'll be teaching you strategies. You will be able to get good setups with that. Can I gain profits by trading with 500 rupees? Yes, you can. Do news really have an effect on technical analysis? Not on technical analysis. No, news have no effect on technical analysis. Uh, Taj, I am not sure about that. We'll see. We'll see about that. Deepak, I just answered your question. Is there any time limit for registering upshops with the link you sent? No, no, there is no time limit for that. You're a professional. How much time on average does trading require for beginner, not an aggressive trader? Maximum 15 minutes to half an hour every night if you dedicate to analyzing. That's enough. No, we won't be sharing the PPT with you all. But as I said, you will be getting the recordings, right? So you don't need the PPT separately. What are the main things to remember for a beginner? Just remember the auction markets theory. Remember candlesticks. What else? Remember, how to buy orders, sell orders. Just remember those things, and we'll be good to go for tomorrow. For every order, there are buyer and sellers. That is, every execution of order has both buyers and sellers. So how can a candle be red or green? A candle is for a particular time frame, right? So in that time frame, wherever the stock keeps moving, that's what a candle shows. So short selling is basically, let's say the stock price is on 100. Let's say it's Reliance. Reliance price is 100. I don't have any shares of Reliance, but I'm expecting that the share price of Reliance is going to go down to 50. So I would want to benefit on that, right? Because if I know it's going to, I would sell 100, buy it at 50. So that is what short selling is. That even when I don't have any shares of a particular stock, I sell it. That is short selling. So I sell it at 100, and when it reaches to 50, I will buy it. That way, what it means that I bought at 50, but I sold at 100. That way I make a profit of 50. That is what short selling is. Akshay, yes, you will be able to. Taj, can you remind me on WhatsApp? We'll talk about it over there. I might forget that. Thank you, Naveen. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Balaram. Thanks a lot. Yogesh, that is not the case. It's just if you have the right tools and resources, you can do intraday trading as well. Do we have to have funds in our demat account to short sell too? Yes, you need to. You need to have funds. I tried opening an account on Upstock before the lockdown, but my Aadhaar card was not linked to my mobile, so it's not getting registered. What can I do? Just open the account with someone else's name for now, right? If you want to open it in your mother's name and then you can trade on it, that's completely okay. Long candle and short candle logic. Long candle means the price increases a lot, right? And whenever the price increases a lot, what does it mean? That it means that there is a lot of demand, right? So a long candle implies a huge buying pressure or a huge selling pressure. Will our paid course help you with option in future? Yes, our paid course would help you with that. What documents would you be required to open demat of stocks? PAN card, Aadhaar card, and bank statement. First page. That's all you need. Mutual funds we won't be covering. No, I'll be sending the link on the WhatsApp group, not over here. How do you show how to trade Bank Nifty? We won't be covering it particularly in these sessions, but in our paid course, we do cover that, yes. Vinayak is asking, where do you trade Forex? There are a couple of platforms. There is Trading FX, and yeah, you can find other places as well. For beginners, swing trading or intraday trading is better. Intraday would work better because it gives you margin as well. Please repeat benefits if you open through your link. Yeah, so you will get 600 rupees till 31st and 500 post that. Like if you open till 31st July and if you open post 31st July, you'll get 500 rupees in your demat account. And for the first 30 days, you won't be charged any brokerage. And along with that, you'll also be getting free courses worth $9.99, 2 free courses about stock trading on, on eLearn Market and another website. Thank you for today's session. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I'll be sharing the link on WhatsApp, not here. Vinayak, I answered your question as well. No, Naveen, we're done for today. Sandeep is saying, why do we need a broker? Because you can buy or sell only through the brokers. You cannot directly go and approach a company saying, I want your share, give me your share. Vibhav is saying, I'm not on your WhatsApp group. Could you please tell me how to add myself? How come? Okay, I guess some friend of yours might have sent you the Zoom link. Just ask that friend of yours to ask me to send the WhatsApp group link, or just note down my mobile number 9833211891. Thanks a lot, Vinayak. It's a pleasure. Recordings will be shared post all the 5 sessions are done. Balaram, so where we learned is it's been a lot of self-learning, it's trial and error. But with our courses, you can definitely do that much, much quicker than how long we took to understand these things. So do you need a laptop compulsory or can we do it through mobile? You can do it completely through mobile, but the analysis might get a bit difficult because you have to do the chart analysis, and so it's preferable to have up in front of you. Hemal is asking, what is paper trading? Paper trading is basically trading on live markets, but with virtual money. So it's not trading with real money. So it's basically like practice. How is your course different from this Nyaya? Over here, we're gonna teach you, we're gonna teach you some price action strategies. We're gonna teach you volume profile. But in our course, we teach very advanced level price action strategies, and it covers options, futures, commodities, everything, everything. Chart patterns, yes, we'll be covering them in breakout session, in the session of breakouts and retests. So I think we're done for today. Thank you so much, guys. It was a really, really great session, and thank you for being so responsive. And if possible, I request all of you to please tag Alpha Bulls on your Instagram pages and put it up on your stories. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Will you teach any good working setup? Uh, yes, Deepak. I already said we will be teaching you strategies which will help you, get good setups. Will you be explaining the circuit upper lower spin? Oh, okay, Tanishka, I'll cover it for you. Kailash says great sessions. Thank you. Thank you for the number and for the session too. Pleasure is mine, everyone. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Course charges, we'll be sharing the course PDF on the group. Don't you worry about that. About the paid course thing, we'll be sharing that on the group. Sir, can you tell how to determine when to buy and sell and buy a particular script? Vivek, you'll learn that in these coming days. You'll understand. We'll be covering, when you should buy, when you should sell. You'll start understanding those things. Rohit, there is news after. I'm not aware of any such news, Rohit. Ansh, yeah, my number is 9833 211 891. And yeah, so everyone who's been asking about our course, so we don't like calling it a course because it's a mentorship, it's a community where we don't just teach you something and let you go. It's a very holistic process which will go on for a year. The mentorship is for a year, so we are not here to just teach you something. We're here to guide you and to help you improve as a trader. Thank you so much, guys. We are done for the day, and if there's anything, we'll be covering that tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you had a good time, and if there's any more doubts, we'll cover that tomorrow. We're done for the day. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Aditya, you can WhatsApp me. I'll clear your doubt over there. We're gonna end the meeting for now. Bye, guys. You can, yeah, I'm ending the session. You can leave it. Bye bye. Have a good time. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Good night. Good night. Rizwan. Yeah, Rizwan, yeah, I read your questions a couple of times. I'll answer. I'm just checking. Just stay online. I'll tell you. Yeah, Rizwan, it's 150 a year. Yeah, everyone else, we're done for the day. Bye bye. Take care. You all can leave the meeting. We're done. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Can you all please leave the meeting? Pranav, I'll unmute you. Wait. Where is Pranav? प्रणव क्या नाम से है तू? अच्छा रुक जा. Done.